Hello everyone. Today we'll be writing a custom bash script to execute our programming files like Java or C++. To understand what I'm saying, first let's open our terminal, and here you can see we are having two files of named sample.java and sample.cpp. Now to run sample.java, first we need to compile sample.java and then execute sample. Similarly, to run sample.cpp, first we need to compile sample.cpp and then execute sam a.out. Here you can see that we are compiling, and to compile .cpp files we'll be using G++, and to run it we'll be executing ./a.out. So our bash script will do this work for us. Like ideally, if I say run and say sample.java, our bash script should determine which type the file is and use appropriate commands to compile it and run the code. That is our goal. And it is pretty easy and fun to write this bash script. So let's get started. First thing is to create our bash file. We'll be creating our bash file inside user local bin directory, because this bash file, when created in this directory, can be executed from any other directory. So that is the reason we are creating inside this. I will be writing this file inside .files. .files is a GitHub repository which contains all my configurations, and I'll be providing this link in the description, and also have made a video on how to manage your .files using GitHub, and also please do watch it. Now let's go to scripts. Inside scripts we'll be creating let's say run.sh. Now this file is present inside .files and script, but it should present in user local bin. So we'll be creating a symlink, and we'll be giving the absolute path and where should it be present. We need to add sudo to create this symlink. Now if you go to that file location or directory, you can see our file has been created here. Now let's open this file and let's add our shebang value, which helps our operating system to know which interpreter to use to run this file, and it will use bash here. Inside this bash, let's echo whatever the input we are giving here, and let's save it and exit. Now let's run this file. Before running we need to give its permissions to run. So +x run.sh. Now if I say run.sh, nothing is printed because no input is given. Let's say sample.java. Now whatever the input we are giving, it is being printed here. Now I don't want to enter .sh all the time, so I'll be creating an alias for this inside our bash rc file. Here under my alias, I'll be creating alias and say run is equals to run.sh and save this and quit. Now I'll source this bash script. Now if I say run sample.java, it is being executed. Whatever the input we are giving, that will be printed here. Okay, now let's open this file. Here let's say the input will be a file name dot type. So we want to split this file name and type into two different words using dot. Like a dot, we want to split it. So to achieve this, we'll be using internal file separator, also like ifs, and this ifs will be dot. Now we'll be reading dash r means raw, file name, and also type from the input. From the input, we'll be using the separated dot and we will separate it into file name and type. Now if we echo file name and type, run sample.java, you can see sample and java are being separated. I can also say run something.java or something.cpp. Very good. Let's come back here. And here, when if our file type is Java, then we want to do something. For now, let's say echo file type is Java. Okay. And else if file type is CPP, then we'll echo file type is, else let's echo file type not known, and let's close this if. We'll be not printing this anymore. Now if we save and exit and run our file, we are finding what type it is. File type is C++. Now inside our run script, instead of printing the type, we want to compile it and then execute it. So we'll be directly writing those commands here, Java C, and we'll be comparing the whole name while compiling. Like we'll use file name dot type. That is why I'm using $1. And after successful compilation, we want to execute it. So Java file name. While executing, what are the classes formed that will be formed based on the file name. So we are executing file name. Similarly, for C++, we want to execute, first we want to compile, then run a.out. That's it. Let's test our code. Home page. As we have seen earlier, we are having files named with sample. Since we have run before, sample.class has been created. So let's remove sample.class, and also I guess a.out also will be created. So let's remove these two files. Now if we say run sample.java, it is being run. And if I say run sample.cpp, and it is also running. Wonderful. So that is it. This is the script for us to run files or to execute files based on the language. And this code, I'll be pushing it into my GitHub repository, and that link will be available. Thank you everyone.